Residents of Jagersfontein in the Free State are still rebuilding their lives after the devastation caused when a tailings dam burst its banks, engulfing the area in sludge from the disused diamond mine. Now, the government in the Free State says it's rebuilding the 160 homes destroyed in the flood from the dam. Let's speak now to the Kopanong local municipality mayor, Xolani Tseletsele. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, could you just update us on the missing and the dead?
Good evening to you, Sally, and good evening to the viewers at home. What we are currently experiencing from our side here in Jagersfontein is that there are still two missing people, a woman and a man, and the search is still ongoing. That is the latest that we do have so far. But what we have also decided is that from tomorrow, we are going to speak to all authorities that we need to intensify the search of the two missing bodies, because when you look, it's now almost 2 weeks since they are missing. So we would need to at least intensify the search. And now with the weather conditions that are around the area, it can become very difficult because it is almost rainy. Almost every day it is rainy in Jagersfontein.
Yeah, and as we know that sludge turns rock hard when it dries, but when it rains, it becomes liquid again. And there are all sorts of concerns about how that toxic sludge could actually move into rivers. I want to ask you about the housing rebuild. The Free State government is sponsoring this, and I believe they're going to rebuild 160 houses, but not in the exact same area. Did work start today as planned?
The work did not start today on the basis that we still need to do some assessments. So what we have done is that there are co-governance tactics that we are utilizing. The teams of human settlements were here on Saturday to do assessments. They were also here today. Hopefully by tomorrow, we'll have at least a detailed report as to how and when are we going to start with the rebuilding of the houses. As the municipality, we've identified different areas where we can start to build houses very soon. But what we have also done with the Premier and also the Department of Human Settlements, we've set up a team that is going to assist us to ensure that the commitments that are made to the community will be followed to the latter. And hopefully by tomorrow, we'll also get the first detailed report. What we have also agreed last week was that today there will be at least 4 houses built as a sample, where we're going to build many houses around the area for us to be able to relocate our people back from Bloemfontein to Jagersfontein. So today we could not continue with that. We are hoping that tomorrow we'll be able to continue with the rebuilding process of at least 4 houses as a sample, and then we'll take it from there. But the departments are hands-on this matter of trying to fast-track it. I've also heard today when I was visiting the victims at President Hotel in Bloemfontein, I was there with the HOD of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, highlighting to me that from our side, we'll need to prepare a meeting with the Premier and provincial government to also engage the mining bosses to play a role in the rebuilding of infrastructure in Jagersfontein.
And that is a crucial issue. We know that there's a class action lawsuit that is being prepared. Do you have any word yet on who didn't do what they were supposed to do? We know that Water Affairs Department, they've come on to this show, and they say that they had flagged concerns with Jagersfontein development a number of times, but those issues were not addressed. The company itself says that they had engineers on site days before the dam collapse, and they were given the all clear. Any new information on what actually led to this and who might be culpable?
We still do not have any new information in relation to the burst of the dam. But what we need to clarify and also state is that This community requires to be taken into confidence, including the leadership in this community. One is that all the departments that are involved in the operations of the mine would need to make sufficient time and dedication to come and explain to the community in relation to the mining operations and why the dam is busted and what are the flaws and so on, so that we are able to trace the responsible people who are in charge of the facility and what were the relations between the departments and the facility. What we need to do and also clarify is that there ought to be at least a coexistence of relations between the community, the department, and the mining bosses. We do not want to spend a lot of time on blaming this or the other, but what we need to do, if we are to revive this economy and if we are to revive the operations, all parties need to sit down and then ensure that there are clear commitments and agreements that we agreed on to ensure that these operations will not harm the community anytime soon. That's all that we need from them. But the information that we got, Sally, is that there are assessments that have been made by different departments like environmental affairs. They were on the ground. But as a mayor, I'm still waiting for a written report as to what has transpired, what has happened. All we know is that the dam has busted, it has demolished infrastructure, it has misplaced our people from their own households, vehicles, agricultural land of subsistence farmers are affected by the bust.
Yeah, and it was absolutely devastating. And this is important, critically important, not only for your community, but for many other communities living near tailings dams, disused mines, because we know that this diamond mine was over 100 years old. And my understanding is that Jagersfontein development were going through the tailings. So I want to know if they are still involved in this mine. Are there still operations within the dam area? Are they going to continue to mine in the dam and operate in and around the dam?
For now, one can confirm that they will continue with the tailings of the mine. But what we can confirm is that there is a lot of potential for diamonds in that particular area and surrounding areas in Jagersfontein. And then two is that there is also potential that many jobs and many infrastructure projects in rebuilding the town, investing in the economy, can be made out of that mine only if it is done correctly by ensuring that all safety measures are followed to the latter. And in this instance, there should be no profit maximization from their side, or there should be no any agenda that seeks to operate in a manner that the environment must be harmed. And as things stand, Sally, is that there is a process that they are undergoing of cleaning the mud in the dam to push it back and ensure that it is safe for them to reoperate again. But for now, they are not operating. But from our view is that if they are to reoperate again, of which we really want that they must operate, but there must be clear demonstration from their side that they need to take along the community. They need to work with the leadership. They need to work with the government in ensuring that they must operate. And then on the issue of this mining dam that they're utilized, research also shows us that the dam that they've built, it's not that only way that they can do it, but they can also build proper dams around the area that are safe. One, two, they can also spend or invest in the operation of a dam that can be far from the community, but also be able to ensure that operations are continuing. There are no job losses, but there are at least creation of new jobs. There is investment in our roads, housing, and take care of the workers' well-being in the area. So what we have also experienced is that the disaster, although it has created a lot of mess, but the disaster is also a call for us to at least re-engage, have a re-conversation as to what should happen. Across the whole Free State, there is these particular dams that are still in those areas, and these towns are ghost towns. There's no economy, but there are diamonds.
Such an important point that you are making, that this crisis could also become an opportunity to do it correctly, bring the community on board and create jobs. Thank you so much for that update, and we wish you all the best as that community starts getting rebuilt.